Welcome back to the fourth segment of the Bobby Dupre Show. We sorry about the little 1 minute break, but then it gives you a chance to possibly get a fresh cup of coffee or maybe a snack.
There you go. I want to remind folks that the Kiwanis is having their annual John Braddock Memorial Jamboree at Donald Gardner Stadium on August the 23rd, starting at 5:30 p.m. The matchup's going to be St. Ed's versus Hanson, Westminster versus Vermilion Catholic, and Opelousas Catholic versus Ascension Episcopal. The Kiwanis only have one fundraiser every year, and this is it, along with raffle tickets that they sell. And the raffle tickets this year are only $1 a piece. You can get them from any Kiwanis member, but they're going to give away things like an LSU park bench that's really nice looking, some 48-quart ice chests full of drinks, a night stay at Evangeline Downs with dinner for two at Blackberry's, restaurant cards, Tony Sashery stuff, all kind of great things. Go by the Jamboree and help support the Kiwanis. Thank you, Mr. Dirk Boudreau, for sending us that.
How about that? Louisiana sales tax holiday is set for this weekend, August the 3rd and the 4th. And those are basically home type goodies that you can buy with no tax. It doesn't apply to, say, big car purchases and that type of big items. But the items that you use a whole lot of, and I think like back to school items fit into this here.
That's what the goal is about, is to help you with back to school and uniforms and.
That's right.
This weekend.
Don't forget. And while I was talking about the horse racing and Nathan having all that good luck, I had pretty good luck this past Friday night. I had a horse that I own by the name of Hey Smarty, Smarty Jones' offspring, and of course Smarty Jones was a winner of the Kentucky Derby.
Correct.
And Hey Smarty ran second in race 4, and came a long ways from the first. I claimed this horse, and the first time he ran under my silks, my name, he ran last by 26 lengths. This time he was the fastest. At the end of the race, he was catching up and got beat by about a length. So that horse won't probably be in that particular race again. So we got a shot to win next time. You always got to have the confidence in my trainer, Carl DeVille. And I says, I don't need any excuses tonight of what happened. He ran a good race, Carl.
There you go. The Quarters Casino, go by the Quarters Casino just
I pick at Carl like
just
that.
North of Opelousas. You can go by at I-49, exit 23. They got Chevron fuel, diesel, they got gasoline, great, well-lit pumps, good concrete to keep your feet nice and clean, and you ain't got to worry about nobody sneaking up on you. Nice, wide open, beautiful, safe area. You can go inside the convenience store, huge convenience store, all kind of great things. Maybe you want to get some of those last-minute items when you're heading up north or heading down south on I-49. They've got the El Pico de Gallo Mexican restaurant and cantina inside with authentic Mexican food and crispy, crunchy chicken inside the quick stop as well. And one more sponsor, Targill. Targill Seasoning Supplies here in Opelousas. The Bellard family doing a great job there with the seasoning, with butcher supplies, cutlery, kitchen supplies. Go by there on Wartell Avenue or do a little shopping online at targill.com and see what all they have. They can do custom seasoning blends for you. If you're just a guy like me that wants to go pick up a little chopping block to have at your house, they can handle that. But if you're a big old commercial style kitchen and restaurant, they can do all your needs there, do all the deliveries for your restaurant, your grocery store, whatever you need. Targill.
I guess it was about a week ago. I went in for my, I used to do it twice a year, my biannual teeth cleaning with Dr. Sean Briggs over in Church Point, Louisiana. And you know how much time had slipped on by? I thought it was about 2 years. 5 years had gone by. My teeth were still in pretty good shape. I do have one more little thing he needs to see me about in a few days, but I enjoyed my visit over at Dr. Sean Briggs. And talking about doctors, Vicky had cataract surgery on Monday morning here in Opelousas with Dr. Leon Lahaye. We always called him Chip, Dr. Chip Lahaye from Leonville, Louisiana. And while there, got to see his wife. I said, I remember the last time that I saw the two of you all in person, you all had bought a truck and was having some work. Some of the little goodies installed on this new pickup truck over at Automotive Gear on Judson Walsh and the old Sunset Highway. She said, you really have a heck of a memory. And of course, while there, I got to visit with a lot of friends, and one of them dates back to when I was in college. I worked at Mud Supply Company, and I'm speaking of Howard Guidry. He was one of our top-notch truck drivers, and his brother worked there, Lewis, but Lewis has since deceased. I said, yeah, Lewis used to deliver milk for Borden's. He says, boy, you have a memory, Bobby. And I said, you know, back in those days, the company was run, the big boss was Mr. Bill Barstow, Tracy's daddy. And then one of the other bosses was Mr. Charlie Reeves from Eunice. We called him the straw boss. In the back of his back, of course, was Roy LeBlanc. And I think he's deceased. That's Don LeBlanc's brother from right there in Port Barry.
So, yeah.
And then I saw a lot of other people. One person that kind of got my attention, I walked over and visited with him, is Mike Fontenot and his wife Shirley. Shirley is the mother of James Franks, who's married to Ray and Pat Bellow's daughter.
Correct.
And
he's a state trooper, right?
Louisiana State Trooper. And of course, Mike's parents are Clarence and Della Fontenot. Was Della Dupre, Mr. Gussie Dupre Sr.'s daughter, and of course Gussie Dupre Jr. was a Ford salesman for right at almost 50 years right here in Opelousas. So got to visit with a whole lot, and some others also that I know I'm forgetting, but one other thing that's on Tuesday afternoon, she was needing some remedy, something to do with her hearing aid. One of her hearing aids needed a little work on it. And she looked up in the phone book and found Dr. Joseph Gilroy, Dr. Joe. We always called him. He worked for many, many years as an audiologist over with the St. Leonard Parish School Board. But he has his own office. He's a doctor of audiology here on North Street in Opelousas, right almost downtown. And he was very, very helpful. He did some temporary work on it and would not charge her anything. And he knows the doctor that she sees over in Marksville. So she's going to have to go over there and take care of it. But met a very interesting lady that speaks mostly French, Mrs. Lucienne Spira. And if I'm not mistaken, her husband was the late Mr. Eli Spira. And her daughter, Denise Angel, was with her. She was driving her mother. Her mother's 92 years old. And Denise says, you need to spend half a day with, and Dr. Joe said, you better be ready to spend a full day with this lady. Very, very interesting. They're having problems because they changed from cable to DirecTV, and they can't reach the Bobby Dupre show with Andrew anymore. So I explained to them to get themselves a little small, inexpensive TV that has the digital components already built in, and a rabbit ear, and they probably get me because she lives right there in Leonville, and Denise lives right there in Lafayette, and hopefully Delta Media, I hope they're listening out there.
They're working on the dish thing, I hope.
I hope they are. So anyhow, to all my friends out there, and Dr. Lahaye, thanks so much, and she'll go in and have the other eye worked on within about 2 weeks. They've already made the appointment. And by the way, one other thing, Vicky's daddy is in grave condition. His health has really, really gone down. He's probably in the last days. They've taken him off of the IVs and everything, and they're administering morphine to keep him no pain, keep the pain out, the suffering out. and certainly the family would appreciate your thoughts and your prayers. That's Vicki, my girlfriend.
Coming up on
daddy.
Saturday, August the 11th, from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. at LSU is LSU Fan Day. From 3 p.m. they open up the Maravich Center in the field house. Bring the kids. You get to meet the volleyball, soccer teams, cheerleaders, Mike the Tog, and then at 4 to 6 at the field house will be Coach Les Miles, all the special teams in defense and offense, signing autographs. Go by, have a good time, stand right up and roar.
The Saints training camp open, and they start, the first picture that I see about it, Superman returns.
There you go. He's back, Drew Brees.
Drew Brees, and it took him a long time, but he got what he wanted, and we got what we wanted, and that was him to sign, and he got his money. And one of the first workouts they had, the outstanding receiver that day was none other than our own Opelousas, Devery Henderson. Made a beautiful reception under some real tight defensive work.
Alias Boo-Boo.
Boo-Boo from Opelousas, Louisiana.
That's our man.
And the Saints unveiled the Gleason punt block statue.
Did you see that? You know, I got to say something about Mr. Benson. He's doing some nice things. That is a very nice project that he took upon himself to do, the statue of Gleason block. And of course, Mr. Gleason's got, I guess is it like Lou Gehrig's disease?
That's what he had, ALS.
ALS.
Lou
so,
Gehrig's.
you know, he'll be immortalized in it. The guy whose kick he blocked called and talked to him. They talked about the statue and all. He thought it was kind of neat. He said, you know, I'm not on the best part of the thing. I'm the one getting the kick blocked. But he thought it was just very neat to be a part of Louisiana and New Orleans as well. So
our friends over with the NASCAR, Jimmy Johnson won his 4th Brickyard 400. That's one of the feature races now, is this Brickyard 400 that takes place every year in Indianapolis. For years and years, of course, it was only the Indy 500 that was really the big race held there. But this year, for the first time, they also held the nationwide race. They had not held a nationwide race, and that was held this year.
Who's leading in the points now? Do you know?
Yes.
Who?
Dale Earnhardt Jr.
That puts a smile on everybody's face.
Oh, particularly one person. Good morning, Jimmy Como down at Deep Point, Sipamo Point.
He's popular.
He has stuck with Dale through thick and thin, and it's been thin for a long time
Very
now.
thin.
But he won one race this year, but he's right there on the cutting edge every week. If he doesn't win, he's in the top 5. He's in the top 10 practically every race this year, and it's an accumulation of points. You don't have to win that many if you're consistent. And Dale Jr., who's the most popular driver of NASCAR, his products, his personal products, outsell everybody else's by umpteen amounts. And they having a fundraiser for aneurysm research.
Who you got there, Joe Theismann on
Joe Theismann will be holding this at Louisiana Saturday night. And that's going to be from 5 to 10, August the 11th. That's not this weekend, but next weekend. That's on 3rd Street, and admission is $35 in advance, and you're going to get to visit with Joe Theismann.
They tell me he's a great motivational speaker. Somebody I know went to one of his events and even was throwing footballs to the crowd. I mean, winging them like when he was in the league.
What does he have right
on
here?
Your prayer book. We're down to the end.
My prayer book.
Down to the end. 30 seconds left. Thank you all again. Weekend September 1st and 2nd is going to be the Zydeco Festival in Plaisance. Don't forget the breakfast over at the Courthouse Square first. Go ahead. And
we like to close each week's program by asking you to please consider attending the church of your choice, and with a thought, a prayer. My Savior, how good you are. Do not be far from me, but grant that someday I might reach the happiness of my supernatural destiny. Thanks for viewing. Thanks, Andrew.
Thank you.
Tell a friend.